Amityville 2, The Possession. This is going to be part 2 of our in-depth horror discussion with JBM 2005 and L-mid from Mr. Creepshow 09. So we left off after the priest
was there being blessed in the house. Probably didn't want that because he had hot blood and he was
and
wasted.
the priest shook the hand of Sonny, who's supposed to be Ronald DeFeo Jr., and once he shook his hand, the spirit rattled the kinetic energy between good and evil rattled the house. And so the drunk of the house, Paulie, played by Burt Young,
who came right off the set of Rocky to this movie,
was feeling his hot blood from vodka shots, and he blames it on the kids in the kitchen. So then the priest throws a pussy tantrum and he leaves. And he also finds the Bible ripped out in his car. And it's an awesome shot of the quarter moon shots. Anyway, so then the family goes to the church to go to apologize to the priest. And Sonny, the older son, stays behind. To feel his oats
so he
and
can have some acid trip.
So he acid trips, LSD. He was a heroin addict in real life, so they wrote that into the script.
So it's total filler of him walking around with like a gun.
Oh my god, cue the filler up the bizzle.
And then he goes in the hidden room where it's so boring.
And he goes and he tells the ghost to come out, and he sees like a decaying stuff. And I'll show you what he sees.
It's so retarded.
He tells him to come. He tells the spirit to come out with his hands up, and he's got a gun. He's got his Red Ryder BB gun.
And it's like a spirit, so it's like so retarded.
And it's like the killer's POV. He's got his.
It's like the long camera angle of the camera from down the hall. And
shout out to Darnell Weeks. I know the Myers fan 25. He likes to hear his own name. He told me to guess his middle name. I'm not racist. I just made an educated guess when I said Jamal or Antoine. I'm a realist. Don't take it personal. So anyway,
back up in the filler. No, it goes back to the filler.
It's the killer. He looks
because he's backing up in the basement, and that gas, like when the poltergeist starts happening,
and the water pipes
and the pipe come down on him. Those pipes, and it's like gas blowing on him.
I guess what the spirit was saying. He's white trash.
It's a bunch of filler. So then it's freaking filler of that.
And he does weird camera shots of like hovering over his dome.
It's pretty tight though, because it does upside down one and it turns around. It's pretty dope. He looks like Eric. He looks like Eric Vuurthaler at this part.
This is like inspired by Eric Vuurthaler. Like if he was like left home alone on an acid trip. This is what Eric.
Alright, so it's filler up the butt, and then he's downstairs now, and then it turns to the green light part where it's all like dark, and they left a green light bulb somewhere on it. You know, the grips did, and it's all on his face, and it looks pretty dumb.
Eric Vuurthaler's never been left home alone, and he's a senior in high school. How embarrassing!
Yeah, how embarrassing.
He backs up the stairs, and he's looking like right into the camera, and it takes forever.
Oh, this part's retarded. He like puts the gun forward and lets go, and it floats.
And the spirit grabs the gun. Yeah.
So retarded.
No, then he exposes his nipples, and it caves in.
Oh, this part's retarded. This is when the basement blows up, and the bed is on like a rotisserie. And there's all the poltergeist activities going off. The guns are all going off and everything. The fire break.
Yeah, it's so random. Sonny's just upstairs.
No, and then he goes upstairs, and then like his sister's there, like back already from church, like they're already back or something. She's like, "What was that?" And he was like, "Oh, that was nothing." And it's like, you know, it was all the poltergeist. Then the windows going up and down, everything.
Yeah, he starts hitting on his sister. They write. This is one of the conspiracy theories, that he had a close relationship with his sister Dawn.
Yeah,
this is the only person he got along. He consoled with her because his dad was abusive. So he starts hitting on his sister. Because one of the theories is that him and his sister killed the body, killed the family, and she ended up dead. But they all ended up dead in their bed, lying face down. So I think two people were in on it. So anyway, so he starts hitting on her. Go on.
Nah, so then freaking
tells her to take her gown off.
Yeah, and then he like pulls out his hand.
The devil hates women ever since he was exiled. That's what he was exiled for.
And he's got a handful of like his whitey tighties.
So he loves to embarrass them. bitches is what I'm saying.
Wow.
The devil does. And he's like, I have a secret I want to tell you. And he hands her her panties. And he's just like, I took them from the laundry. He was home alone for
she's like,
3 hours tripping
like,
balls, and all he did was grab his
Oh, yeah,
sister's
he's grabbing
thong.
and sit there.
Her 80s thong, probably stuck in the late 70s design. It was probably a
And you're like,
Costco cheap
and this whole time you're like, wow, this is what Eric V did on LSD.
Except Eric V would grab his mom's thong.
Alright, so then the headphones
So
again.
the girl goes.
No, the headphones are talking to him again.
No, so then they do it. They start making out, and they show that they went legits, and they show the tits. And then the girl.
I didn't notice.
It shows her nipple.
I didn't
right
notice.
one.
So I didn't notice. Go on.
Same nipple that Nate Dunning got a purple nipple on back in spring of 2011.
I did.
So anyway,
Didn't know that.
the girl goes to confession. That's filler, boring. Of course, the girl
okay.
feels emotional. She feels guilty like a hoe. She should, because she is. She was the only sane one.
Go on.
So then why don't you go on for once? Say something, you fucking
Okay,
idiot.
so then the priest.
Is at the house blessing it.
Mm-hmm. No, and then he leaves, and then he talks. This is when he has the meeting with the other priest.
No, shut up, you're a fucking idiot.
Wow. Go on.
Sonny is upstairs tripping balls, and the priest comes in the room, and Sonny lights up a cigarette.
Like he's a badass.
He plays the role of a badass.
And he
He's
looks at his cigarette, and he's
the
like,
priest is like, nice bake room. Can I do anything for you?
he's
Like,
just
yeah,
like,
leave. 'Cause I'm a punk.
and he's just like, all right, well, if you think of anything, just
And then
come
it's
see me.
the infamous priest holy water scene, where it turns to blood. I freaking love
This
these.
part's pretty tight. Yeah, he's blowing the holy
So
water
the Texas
everywhere.
Chainsaw Massacre
Going
came
room
out
to
in
room.
1974.
He goes downstairs,
That
goes to
has
the-
nothing to do with
goes to
this.
his
I just
mom's
wanted
room.
to say the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Goes to his mom room and throws
Because
in.
Darnell
blood
Weeks
everywhere.
hates it when I say the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Or
Wow.
maybe he loves it. I don't remember.
He hates when we talk over each other.
Yes, stop talking. You
Yeah.
fag.
All right. So go on.
The priest scene, they talk about, he asks him for permission to do an exorcism on the house.
Yeah, this
He-
part's tight when the
and
priest
the
are talking
priest
at the meeting after
Doesn't
this.
even believe him. You like,
Oh yeah, this part's retarded. The whole movie, yeah, they're like, oh, we have to give you authorization.
He's like, we have to make sure it's an actual ghost. I don't believe your candy ass. He's like, you know how many vanilla ice cream cones have come in here? I can't tell if you're a child molester
or a priest.
or a real man of God.
Now get out of my face.
By the end of the, you're like, oh, he's vanilla, alright. He's white as hell,
Alright,
trust
let's
me.
go. So then he freaking
American priests, you don't know if they're a child molester or if they're a warrior of God nowadays.
Alright, so then as the priest is going downstairs, he shows shots of what's his name suffocating like Damien. Even though it's way back for the scene, but no.
Not even, just shut up. You're like totally mentally retarded tonight. I'm taking this completely
I'm
over.
the first
I'm
one.
off my meds.
I'm the
in
first
zone.
one mentally retarded tonight. Go.
L-mid's just got hot blood after you take a vodka shot. Everyone that knows that can relate.
Okay, that's not true.
Patricia asked the priest to come to Sonny's party.
And he's like,
Just pouring filler.
Boring. I was just
At Sonny's party, he seems happy. He's like bonding with the family. He
Oh
hugs
yeah,
his
it's like,
sister.
oh, he's okay now at the party.
And his mom sees him touching her ass.
And she's like, what the?
And then Paulie shows up for like the first time in 30 minutes. He was like off on the Rocky 3
Oh, I
set
know.
or
You're
something.
like, what the hell? He's gone for like a good 40 minutes in the
We
middle
say
of the
Paulie,
movie.
we're talking about the dad, Burt Young.
The smack dab of the movie.
So anyway, Blue Headphones gives him a voiceover out of nowhere, even though he doesn't have the headphones on. And then the extras show up, and it's like filler. Sonny goes up in his room in the half-quarter windows. Also in this, they make his bedroom in the half-quarter windows, when in real life in the Amityville horror house, the half-quarter windows are just a hallway. And of course, L-mid's mentally retarded.
Yeah, I'm mentally retarded right now. I gotta find my notes here.
So anyway, Patricia shows up at his room, and she's like, do you feel guilty? Because I don't. What a hoe.
I know, you're like, wow.
And then Sonny calls her a bitch and starts bleeding like from his eye. It's
Oh, it's
dope,
pretty tight
babies.
effect, yeah.
This wasn't. there's a big difference between 70s and 80s, because in the 70s they didn't do that much gore as the 80s, and this was well into 82, so they made it gory to compete with other movies like Friday the 13th and Halloween and whatnot. So then, okay, you can't mention Halloween without giving a shout out to the Myers Fan 25.
Yeah, Darno
Truly
Weeks,
inspired
what's
us
up?
to diss everyone on YouTube.
Yeah, Darno Weeks
One of the
disses
best
everyone.
dissers on YouTube. You gotta listen to this guy.
He'll call
he's
you
gonna be a legend.
jabroni.
He's a horror YouTuber.
He'll tell you to get hit by a bus.
A freaking legend. I will paint you.
Alright, we'll leave off.
Alright. You were supposed to be reading your notes. Why would you even talk?
I am. My whole point is,
The mom smacks the daughter, and she's like, "I know what you did to your brother."
oh yeah, she's like, you're a host. Smacks
Even
her
though
in
she
the face.
doesn't know, she just has suspicion. So then, because Sonny's just been tripping balls ever since they moved to the house. And at night, Sonny hears the voices, and it's like Storm. This is the infamous night when Ronnie kills his whole family.
Yeah, but
it's
it's like freaking retarded though, because it's the old.
L-mid claims he takes notes the whole time.
It was
and
the
then I'll
old.
be
He was
talking
having
and
a dream filler. Because it goes through all.
Shut up! We didn't even talk about the whole. Yeah, well.
Yeah, they don't even. Yeah, they don't even show any kills. What are you talking about?
It was what happened though, you idiot.
They don't
it wasn't.
show
The priest ends up having a premonition, you douchebag.
Oh,
so
I
it is
know.
real.
But he says it's a dream.
But they don't
the
show
way they
any
shoot
of the
it-
kills. The way they shoot it, it's pitch
the way,
black.
Yeah, the way they shoot it, it's retired, and you think it is a dream because he says that, and it just misleads you. All right, go on.
So we're talking about the infamous night, how they portrayed it, and even though he's like, you just want to crack your neck because you can't even see shit in this whole thing. It's
After
so
all that, though, then he's just like, we gotta go to Amity.
you can't shut up. You can't see him kill his parents, but the mom stumbles out with bleeding everywhere.
I don't know.
The little kids wake up crying, even though they died in their bed.
It's like they didn't have enough money inside the.
It doesn't. No, they
budget.
just didn't want to show it. They didn't want to show the kids getting murdered. It was better in like the remake, the opening scene. This is the opening scene to the Amityville horror, the originally and the remake, the DeFeo murders. This is the one true fact here, is that Ronald DeFeo did kill his family that night. Of course you can't even talk, you're so fucking
So then it's like the cops at the freaking murder scene.
Shut up, I'm not even done with that night. You fucking idiot. Sister runs in and then what's his name? Sonny looks like Ed from Fright Night. Then the priest wakes up and it's just a dream. No, he had a premonition like he's Sandra Bullock in that awful movie that came out in like 06 or whatever. And he's like, I gotta go straight to Amityville. And then the priest shows up outside the house and the cops are bringing out body bags and he's like, I'm a priest.
And he's like, this is the part when he's just like, yeah, I'm sober as hell at a murder scene.
You might as well be sober as hell because you're dumb as hell right now.
Get going.
And Sonny is coming down hard off his acid trip. This is what happened. He did heroin, also known as horse in the hood, according to Darnell. And he doesn't remember. He doesn't remember.
Yeah, he claims that he doesn't remember.
How many criminals have used that excuse? I don't remember. Are you pathetic?
No,
you
this is when
heroin
it cuts to the.
He even took a bath that night. They don't show it in the movie, but what really happened is he killed him and he went to the local bar, his local Stivers, and he was like drinking beers.
And he told him
then he's like and he tried to pass it off as a mob hit, like, hey, I'm afraid of the Fratellis. They're the Morellis in this, and they're afraid of the Fratellis. Unbelievable. Anyway. So
then it cuts there, it cuts to the jail. And this is when you see like the word "help me" on his freaking wrist and the red blood. But then it like fades away, and the priest and the black guy looking.
Shut up! You probably like skipped.
Wow, not even close. I'm dead on.
At the station, yeah, it's filler at the cop station. It turns into like a late '70s crime drama.
I know, shit's
in the heat of
retired.
the
Like
night or
book
some
him
shit.
and let's interrogate him. Shit's retired.
And then so the priest starts talking to Sonny. He looks like a vampire. And he's like, son, who is inside of you? the priest is the only one that knows that the demon's inside of him. There's like a few different priests, you just don't even know. Like,
then he gets into a scrape with Father Ed.
there's like so many freaking. They cuts to the funeral and there's like so many priests. It's like a Dan Brown novel.
I don't know, they go to the funeral and they just sum it up like it's already over and he's in the backseat of the cruiser.
Angels and demons.
He's just in the backseat of the cop car there.
Like, hey, you're going straight after jail, son.
Like, hey, there goes the funeral. All the people you killed, and now you're going home.
And no one, they didn't even get extras to even go to the funeral. It was just priests and Ronald DeFeo, the person that murdered.
I know, it was so terrible.
So anyway.
Such a movie.
Because they're just a bunch of inbred Italians from the East Coast, so no one even cared about them.
Actors.
Anyway, so we're going to go to part 3 here. This was JBM off his meds in the zone.
And Mr. Creepshow, L-mid.
No one's Mr. Creepshow, you douchebag. That's the name of our freaking channel.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Creepshow 09. He's L-mid, the sober douche.